It does really pull, incredibly comfortable. I really like the indicator stick. Changing to a Volvo V70 daily driver. This was not the video you expected to see. Please let me know in the comments why you watch these videos, because I'm not entirely sure. Well, this was not the video you expected to see. It's not the video I expected to see either, to be fair. Welcome back to another Lucy on Cars. I hope you're all doing well and having a lovely, lovely week. We've got blue skies down in Worthing today, and I am driving the Volvo V70. Now, you may remember in the last video I uploaded with this car, I had mixed feelings towards it. There were quite a few pros, but a fair amount of cons, and I think I titled it something along the lines of why I would never own a Volvo V70, which obviously outraged the Volvo community. I would apologise for that, but I'm not gonna. This is a car channel, guys. I've got to have my opinion. However, sometimes opinions change, needs change. Basically, I don't own this car. It's still the same car. It's still George's dad's car. But our BMW had a flat tyre. We've very kindly been lent this car for the last week, and it has saved us big time. But it has meant that I've had the chance to appreciate it more and get to know it a bit better, and actually live with a Volvo for an entire week. You're probably thinking, why is it taking a week to change a tyre? It hasn't quite been a week, and it was actually repaired this morning, but we've got tyre maintenance on it, which means that we had to wait for a specific appointment for it to be covered by them. It's a bit overcomplicated, but that's all sorted now. So having a 3 Series, a BMW 3 Series 330e Estate is our touring, I should say, is our usual daily driver. Obviously now changing to a Volvo V70 daily driver, we've got a lot more space. It's been very handy having the extra space. I think there's a perception of having an estate, which means it's a family car and you can fit everything in the boot. The BMW is horrendous for space. When I was pregnant, we actually chose that car because it's like a family wagon that you need when you have kids, with all the things they come with the strollers, the buggies, the car seat, all the extra stuff that you need. When the car seat arrived and the car arrived, we tried to fit it, and the legroom in front of the car seat is absolutely horrendous. Not what we expected at all, and it's definitely changed my mind on estate. However, this I feel like is how an estate should be, where you pretty much can fit anything in it. We actually used this car a few months back to collect a Facebook Marketplace purchase. Someone was giving away a free bookshelf. Ginormous 7 foot tall, I think it was, bookcase that we've got in our lounge now. We went to collect it in this and it fit. Somehow we managed to fit it in, and it feels like anything you need to fit in this car, you're good. Firstly, it's very nice for practical reasons, going around with a car that you know is ginormous. I've also found it incredibly comfortable. My back has been thanking me. There's no hard, she says as she floors it over a speed bump. There's no hard ride in this. Everything's very cushioned. It's been nicer on some longer drives. We've taken it on some longer drives as well. It's been great to get a chance to really live with this thing. I do think that maybe I was a little bit too harsh in my initial review. I suppose when I did my first review, I was pretending it was my car and comparing it directly to the BMW in terms of handling and sportiness, etc. I still don't think I want one myself. However, I can definitely appreciate it a bit more now. Very random point I'll tell you here while the lights are red. I really like the indicator stick. If anyone can relate, if anyone's got a Volvo, I find it a very satisfying click. I know people often comment on this channel and say it's refreshing hearing someone else's angle, and my opinions are a bit different to like the sort of things that you might normally see on a car channel. I don't just sort of reel off the stats. Hopefully that will please those people, but I find that the indicator stick is a really nice sort of satisfying click when you pull it up and down. Very random, but maybe any Volvo drivers can relate. I also wanted to quickly mention I've got an Instagram page if anyone fancies giving me a follow on there as well, because we have got some fun trips coming up very soon out of the country, and I'll be posting like regular updates of what we're up to on there. Obviously this channel is about cars, but maybe someone wants to get to know me out of cars a little bit more as well. Lucy Out of Cars is my Instagram handle. No, it's not, you won't find me on there. I was quite overwhelmed by how many people watched the last video that I did in this car. It's actually not the biggest video on the channel somehow. Quite expect that when I uploaded it. I wanted to come on here today and kind of address that, because I was reading through all the comments. I was reviewing the car, having driven it for that short period. I still agree with what I said. I'm not going against what I said at all, but what I'm trying to say is that having lived with it for a bit longer now, I can kind of see where some of you are coming from. And it kind of clicked with me last night. I think the things that I like about this car are the comfort, the size, size, the kind of age, the simplicity with some of the dials and things, that kind of era of car, even like the wooden dash along here, it's the things that I like in a Range Rover as well. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know I've got some big Range Rover news as well. And I think the next video on this channel is revealing that, so watch this space. So just quickly, if you didn't see the last video, this is a Volvo V70 SE Lux twin turbo 2.4 litre diesel, and it is quite fun to drive. I said in the last video I find it not very tight round corners, and I found the steering not particularly responsive, but it's very, very easy to drive. Not that it's literally easy to drive as in I'd find another car hard to drive. It's just one of those cars that you don't really need to think about, you just get in and go for it. Whereas for example our Lotus, I think you need to concentrate a bit more when you drive that. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my head anyway. I did mention turbo lag in the last video, but let's try that again now on a flatter road. Like, it does really pull. It does feel great when you get up to speed, when you really put your foot down. There's definitely a lag, but you get that with any turbo. I think we're just not used to that because seagull in the road. Oh my goodness, that was very close. Yeah, I did mention turbo lag in the last video. I think we're just so used to our BMW because it's a hybrid, there's just that instant power. So then going back to a turbo diesel, you do get a lag, but then after the lag, the power is very much there and ready to go. Lovely day today, look at that, beautiful. And actually having used this car for the past few days, using it on motorways and things like that, you don't really miss any power. It's all very much there. I don't think the engine is lacking particularly. It's not a sports car, but we know it's not a sports car, so you wouldn't expect it to be like a sports car. And actually I think my favourite part of this car is the comfort. I feel like a gentleman driving around my estate. I think if anything, this has taught me, in having this for a few days, it's piqued my curiosity. I've been seeing a lot of Joel's videos with the XC90 and reading all the comments there and how much people love Volvos. It's not a car that was on my radar before, but it definitely is now. Maybe not this particular model, but I'm starting to sort of understand it a little bit more. I think if I was going to pick a Volvo for me, you guys know I love a 4x4, and being higher up on the road, I think I would be very interested in driving an XC90 and experiencing that, because that kind of ticks a few more boxes for me for what I like in cars, but it's got the Volvo badge. I think we need to try and make that happen. I also had a few comments suggesting I should try the T5 engine because that might be a bit more me with more power, or even the older V70R. A lot of people were saying that I need to get into an XC70 because that's much more my taste. I love that you guys know me as well. You know that what I'm gonna like, and you're making genuine recommendations for me. But like I said, it's definitely piqued my interest in these. I haven't driven any new Volvos. I know they're going electric, which is interesting, but it's basically added to my list of cars I want to drive. I should make a list. I should make a little list of what I want to drive. It's very long at the moment, but I do love reading your comments. It's one of my favourite parts of this channel because I've said before, there's some bizarre comments, some hilarious comments, some very helpful comments, some weird comments. We do get a bit of an array of comments on this channel, I have to say, so if you're ever looking for something to do, if you're ever bored, feel free to read the Lucy on Cars comments, because I'm sure it will take you on a journey, as it does me every time I upload. And I know I always talk about like engines and power and speed and everything like that. Maybe that's not a practical outlook on cars. Obviously Volvo is very much known for its safety and its reliability. It feels like much more of a sensible option for cars. I don't think I'm particularly sensible as a person, but I think you are supposed to grow up at some point. That hasn't happened yet for me, despite being a parent. So I think in this video I've basically talked non-stop about my opinions on this car and just sort of spoken at you, probably given you no real value, so apologies for that. Maybe I'm getting a bit of a soft spot for this car, perhaps. What am I trying to say in this video? What value am I giving my audience here? I suppose what I'm trying to say is, if you saw my last video and thought, I'm not gonna get one of them because she doesn't like it. I don't think anyone does that, by the way. I don't think anyone watches my channel and actually does anything I say, by the way. If someone did, maybe reconsider it if you value the things that I like about it more than the things I don't like about it. You're about to get hit by a car, you might want to tuck in. Or by a Range Rover, it's not a bad way to go, is it? So if you value safety, probably a good thing. You're a very sensible person if I'm talking to you right now. If you value safety, reliability, comfort and gentlemanliness, then this might be the car for you. If you prefer like a bigger engine, you could get that. If you prefer 4x4, don't buy this, obviously. I think you get what I'm trying to say, that I can see why this would appeal to a certain type of person or someone with certain needs. One thing that does surprise me with this is, in my head I had it to be a higher MPG. I've not actually checked it until now. 25.6 on average, I think that's quite low. That sounds more like Range Rover territory to me. 25.6. I don't think that's very good, is it? I was going to say that they're good for fuel economy, but I don't know if they are. seeing that. It's got a nice big tank, so it will last you a while when you do fill up, but that's not particularly high. I wonder what they advertise it as. Let's have a little look. This is mainly used for town driving. So city's meant to be 42 mpg, highway's meant to be 60, and combined is 52. So why this is on 25.6, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I could have halved the mpg in the 5 days I've driven this car for, surely not. If I have, I'm very sorry about that, Mark. And with the SE Lux, we have got the extra soft upgraded leather, which I know I said the seats are comfy, but I don't think I mentioned this leather in the last video. It's very soft and like nicely worn. I think there's something nice about, I don't know, if you get a brand new leather sofa, I mean, I don't have a leather sofa myself, but I feel like if you sit on one in DFS, it's going to be a bit squeaky and a bit rubbery, leathery, because it's leather, not rubber. When it's worn slightly, there's nothing like sitting on a worn leather sofa, and this is kind of how it feels. It's like one of those sofas that you wouldn't want to throw away, even if it's like fallen to pieces, because it's so comfy still. I've also never sat like this in a car. Don't know what I'm doing. Oh dear, is this channel a good idea? Not sure. We will see. I would thank the sponsor for this video, but we haven't got one. Right, I think we should probably end it here, call it quits before it gets any worse. Thank you very much for watching this video today. If you gained any knowledge from it, let me know in the comments. I'd be surprised if you did. If you didn't, please leave me a comment. You probably will anyway. Please let me know in the comments why you watch these videos, because I'm not entirely sure. Another thing I love about this car, CD player. Don't see these anymore. This is a CD player. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, there are these things here called CDs. The best of 2012. This is called a CD, and it goes into there, and it makes music come out of the speaker. And I'm pretty sure you can store quite a few CDs in this as well. Got a bit of Bruce Springsteen here, a bit of Bob Dylan. But yes, thank you very much for joining me on this video today. If you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We are on, is it 12,000 now? Which is crazy, 12,000 subscribers. So thank you very much if you are subscribed. If you're not, it's totally free. Please hit subscribe for me. Thank you very much. And I'll see you very soon in the next video with our new car. Watch this space. Goodbye.